Okay, guys, now that we have the pronunciaciones and the meanings down, or that we're getting them down, you guys need to know how to conjugate them. So let's talk about what conjugate actually means. Hey, conjugate. Okay, so the word conjugate means to put a verb in its different forms. We've talked about that with the verb ser, but I just wanted to refresh your memory on that. Okay, so when we conjugate a verb, well, actually, you know what? Let me back up a little bit. All right. In Espanol, there are tres tipos, or three types of verbs. Verbs that end in AR, verbs that end in ER, and verbs that end in IR. Okay, so you have, and these are endings for verbs only. You won't have any other words that end in AR, ER, or IR in Espanol. These are indicators of verbs. Okay, you have words that end in UR, which is like OR, but that's not a verb. That's like profesor, it's a person. Trabajador, that's an adjective, hardworking. So the only time that you'll see verbs are if they end in AR, ER, or IR. Can you guess what kind of verb ser is? Right, it's an ER verb. S-E-R. Okay, but ser is a little bit different. It's what we call an irregular verb. It doesn't follow any kind of pattern. It doesn't follow any kind of formula. It is. It's different. It's in a league of its own. The rest of these verbs follow patterns. So if you can put one verb into its base form, you can put all verbs like it into the same forms. So specifically this time, we're going to talk about AR verbs. Okay? So, AR verbs. Let's take our first one. Bailar. To dance. Okay. So when a verb ends in R or R, so AR, ER, or IR, that means that it's in its base form or infinitive. Okay? And when a word is in the infinitive, just like in English, it's to and then whatever that action is. To dance, to speak, to jump, whatever. Okay? So that's in its base form. We conjugate to put our verb in different forms so we can talk about ourselves and other people. How do we do that? Well, we use our subject pronouns as a guide. You guys remember what your subject pronouns are in Espanol? Yo, tú, and then there's usted, él, y ella. Nosotros, vosotros, and ustedes, ellos, y ellas. Okay, I'm actually going to switch to a bigger screen, guys, so we can see that a little bit better. Alright, so let's work with bailar here. Again, yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, vosotros, ustedes, ellos, y ellas. Okay, got my little chart going on here. Okay, so what happens when you conjugate a verb is you break it into two parts. And I'm going to use a different color, and I hope that you can see this. I'm going to use rojo here. Okay, so I've split my verb into two parts. This part is called the end, or the ending. And this part is called the stem. Yeah, like talking like a flower stem, but words have stems too. Okay, so when we conjugate a verb, what happens is we drop the ending and add new ones, but we keep the stem. So again, I'm going to use different colors to represent here. All right, I'm going to use some azul here to write my stem. The stem doesn't change. So I have bail for each one. What changes is the ending. Okay? So when I want to put my verb into different forms, I change them. Alright, so I knock off the AR, and then I put new ones. So for the yo form, if I'm talking about myself and I'm saying I dance, because bailar means to dance, then I'm going to say bailo. Yo bailo. I dance. Okay? And that's for any AR verb. If you're talking about yourself, your verb will end in O. Yo bailo. Yo canto. I sing. Yo trabajo. I work. Yo ceno. I eat dinner. All of those end in O. Your do form, you're going to drop the AR and add AS. So tú bailas is going to be you dance. Yo bailo. Tú bailas. Okay? Next one. We have usted, él, ella. These three, they share the same form of the verb ser. Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él y ella es. Same thing here. They share an ending. So for any one of those three, you're going to add an a to the end of your verb. Baila. Usted baila. You dance. Remember, usted is the formal you. Él baila. He dances. Or ella baila. She dances. Okay, our nosotros form, our we form. We knock off the AR and we add amos. So we get nosotros bailamos. And that is we dance. Okay. Vosotros form. We add ice, like ice, ice, baby. All right. So vosotros bailáis, that's you all dance. And remember, vosotros is in Spain, in España only. Okay, last three forms, ustedes, ellos, y ellas, they share a form too. Just like with the verb ser, they share son. So with AR verbs, they share the same ending, which is an. So ustedes bailan is going to be you all dance. And ellos and ellas bailan is going to be they dance. So all together, we have yo bailo, tú bailas, usted baila, él baila, ella baila, nosotros bailamos, vosotros bailáis, ustedes bailan, ellos bailan, ellas bailan. Okay, what we're going to do right now is pause here, and you guys are going to conjugate another verb, but you're going to use this as a model. You do it the exact same way. Every AR verb in all 6 forms share these endings that I have highlighted in red. So now take a minute, and you guys are going to conjugate the verb cantar, to sing.